Coach, I'm pretty sure it's not coming from the, I mean, maybe, but what was it that that you guys just weren't quite ready and or prepared for? I mean, or was it that they throw something at you that you hadn't seen to have such a slow start that's normally not like an Eagle squad?
Right. They had a very good defensive front. And like I said, it was the same guys that we, for the most part, we saw last year, but guys got a little bigger, a little stronger. Very, very veteran group. They got a bunch of old guys on their team, especially on defense. And, their front seven causes problems. And, we have issues, blocking them and creating holes for our run game. And then defensively, kind of kept us on the heels with a few things, and the quarterback made some great throws. And just we didn't get off to a fast start like we wanted to.
And with a squad like you've got one coming up here in UNC, how do you flush that and get ready to go to a place like Chapel Hill where I mean it doesn't get any easier?
No, it doesn't. We had a team meeting yesterday, and we said that we're going to put it behind us and move on to the next game. And, it's a different feeling. We haven't lost a lot of games around here. I think that was the first home opener we've lost since I've been here. So we played well at home, and we just let one get away from us. But like you said, we have to put that one behind us and get ready for another tough task this weekend. These guys are very big, very fast, and very strong. That's a heck of a combination, man. And and with us being a little banged up in a couple positions, it's not going to help. But it's again just like last week and the week before. It's always about us. So we look to try to see what they do and do well, and try to defend that and try to execute against what they do. But at the end of the day, it's about North Carolina Central and being the best team we can be. And don't watch the scoreboard. Just go out and play as hard as you can, as long as you can.
How do you make sure that these dark moments, that these don't affect your team in a negative way, and that they're still ready to be able to reach a higher goal when conference the time rolls around?
You can't let a team like Elon beat you twice, back to back. That can't happen. So consecutive weeks is what I mean. But it's about leadership, and that starts from top, starts with me. And within the team, we have to lead these guys. We have a very young team. We only have, I think, 3 seniors on offense, and I've maybe 2 seniors on defense, 2 or 3. But we're a young team, so guys are gonna be frustrated when you don't have early success. And we gave one up that we thought we should have had. So it starts with me, coming to work with a positive attitude, not talking about last week. We're gonna put that behind us, and just staying positive and moving forward and working to get better. So that's the thing with with everybody in the program. That was one game. It's not the end of the world. We lost one game. It hurts, but we have to move on and look towards next week.
Gotcha. And actually, speaking of next week, I know UNC is another team that's kind of run heavy. What's going to be the most important thing about being able to stop the run this upcoming week, or at least being able to control it?
We're going to play with great pad level, and we're going to string. Those guys, they got a huge offensive line. And the crazy part about it, the smallest one they got is probably the best lineman. I think he's about 5'11", but he is an animal. We have to play with great eye level. We have to, we have to be physical and try to be violent. And they're not going to give us anything. We have to, stay on our ground. Use great technique and fundamentals as far as using the hands up front, and in the back end we have to play with great eye discipline. They run a lot of RPOs. They will run some trick plays. So we have to play with great eye discipline in the back end. So once we see us run, whatever the case may be, it's time for us to fill our gaps. We can do it as fast as possible. But we're going to have to strain this week, man.
I know UNC has a new quarterback, or a fairly new quarterback, that's kind of still trying to find his identity and rhythm. How do you balance being able to, attack the run or keep him, uncomfortable the entire night?
Looks like to me the guys found his rhythm pretty good, man. He was rolling pretty good against Minnesota and Charlotte. And he's a dual threat guy, man. He can beat you with his legs or his arm. And then not to mention the 2 running backs they have back there, man. The Hampton kid and Goss, or what I think is how you pronounce the name. They have 2 phenomenal running backs. With a big offensive line, they got 6'6", 6'7" tight ends. So, we got to do a great job with being sound with our gap assignments, getting half to the ball and wrapping up. So it's going to be a tough task, but we've got to stop the run first and foremost.
Maybe a little repetitive question, but again, I know you guys learned something from your kids on this past Saturday, but what you think they learned going and get prepared for this game coming up this week?
It's about execution. And sometimes guys look too far ahead and look at the big picture. Let's stay in the moment. Let's win this play. And we talk about it on both sides of the ball. We got to win first down to have opportunity on offense to stay on the field on third down. And then defensively to get off the field, you got to win third down. So let's just take it one play at a time, one series at a time. Let's try to stack good plays and put good series together and get the game to the second half and fourth quarter.
Mack Brown talked earlier today and said that, you know, he's started to build a relationship with you, whether it be through like the pigskin preview or the Tez Walker situation last year. Said he was really excited about your future. How would you kind of describe your relationship with Mack Brown and what it's like to go play UNC, just a few miles down the road?
Well, firstly, if there was one word that stood out about Coach Brown, I would say it's probably genuine. You know, when you talk to him, you know, it's not like he's just holding a conversation with you just, you know, because he has to. You know, all our conversations, I feel, have been genuine and with some substance. So I think he's a great guy, great person. Whenever I give him a call, he always answers or calls me right back. So a genuine guy, man, and great ball coach, has won a whole lot of games. And, you know, it's an honor for me to be with him at these events and you know, sitting on these stages, you know, beside him. And, you know, he picks my brain about some things and all that stuff. So good guy. And, you know, haven't known him long, but just kind of built a relationship since I got to Durham. But hopefully one day I will win half as many games as Coach Brown has when I retire.
With being such a young team, it feels like when they go through that kind of adversity, like in a game, it could be really easy to hang their heads down, to kind of, you know, stumble in that way. Have you seen anyone, whether it be you all in the coaching staff or just players who are older, kind of step up, keep people's heads up, and learn and grow over these past few days?
Well, I think when it's a difference between being disappointed and moping and pouting. So obviously, you know, the guys were disappointed. I was disappointed at the loss, but I didn't see guys hanging their heads. I met with our strength staff after workouts yesterday, and they kind of give me the temperature of the team. And, you know, they said everything was positive and upbeat, you know, during the lift, which is good. But obviously, guys were disappointed. You know, not to take anything away from Elon, they're a very good football team. But we thought that was a winnable game. And it was a tough game, tough team, but we thought it was a winnable game. So I guess I like the fact that guys are disappointed because it obviously means something to you then. Guys are walking around here, you know, willy-nilly, like nothing happened, I might be concerned. But, you know, we're not accustomed to losing, man, and that's a bad taste in your mouth. So disappointment is okay. But as far as being miserable about stuff, you know, I didn't get that take on the guys.